We are live right now. It's the Riverbrook Regional YMCA Rock at the Y, presented by Fairfield County Bank. And you are listening to Fairfield County Talk Radio, streaming at fairfieldcountytalkradio.com. I'm Matt Zako. We have to thank our SharkCast sponsors who help us spotlight the community, Tough Lawn Service and Fairfield County Tick Control. Also, Rock Landscaping Services in Danbury, Apollo X, Fairfield County's premier pest control service, Limney Mediterranean Kitchen, MDM Sanitation Incorporated, Professional Water Systems, and Ecosystems Irrigation and Lighting. And I have with me our very first guest, as we're sort of just doing sound checks and troubleshooting things. The band has been doing their thing. We've been doing our thing, and we are up and running with Bob McDowell, who is the CEO of Riverbrook Regional YMCA here in Wilton, right on Danbury Road. Bob, it's great to have you. Thanks for coming on the air with us here.
Absolutely, Matt. Glad you invited me, and we're going to have a rocking night tonight here at the Y, and we do appreciate that you're here and inviting me to be on.
Yeah, no, Terrapin, a Dead tribute band, is in the back doing their sound check, and they're going to come on around 7 o'clock tonight. Now, educate the listeners as well as myself. This is really cool that you're doing outside events right now while things are still weird with the pandemic. I mean, yes, people have been vaccinated and things are better than they were, but I'm out in the community a lot too, and I do a lot of stuff with live music, and I can tell you that being outdoors is definitely more attractive still to people than being indoors right now.
You're right, Matt. And this is something we've been planning for a while. Probably started talking about this last year, right in the height of the pandemic. And we said, we did fundraisers and events over the years, and everything was usually inside. And we knew we needed to change up. And so this is our very, very first Rock at the Y concert here in our parking lot on our 22-acre site.
I love it. And so this is raising money for the Y.
It is, yeah.
So how does that work? The members buy tickets, or just general public? I mean, who's it open to?
Yeah, it's open to the general public, but we did sell about $100,000 in sponsorships for this. So the community steps up for the Y.
That's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. We were blown away. Our lead sponsor, Fairfield County Bank, a big sponsor of our events all the time, and they're usually doing the dinner dance at Rolling Hills or somewhere else, and here's where we ended up this year, but about $100,000 in sponsorships. We did some advanced ticket sales, but you'll see a lot of VIP type arrangements.
So what does an average ticket go for here?
About $75.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the tribute band tickets that I've experienced at some of the venues that I've been working with during the pandemic, the average price at any local venue is around $50.
Right.
So 75 is a little higher, but again, it's you're raising money for the Y.
You're right. We're raising money. So net out of this, we'll produce about $80,000 for kids and families, and that's what we do with the money. So if someone needed financial assistance to participate in a program here at the Y, summer camp, we have a huge summer camp. We just finished that last month. Swim lessons, anything that you'll need, after school care, preschool care. We're able to scholarship someone if they qualify. So we have the funds to do that. We also have to recover from the pandemic. So that hit everybody hard. The Y doesn't escape that.
I love how, you've got these food trucks here, and again, it's in the parking lot. And I also love the name of this event, Rock at the Y. I mean, I'm a rock and roll guy, former DJ on all the rock stations in the area, and now a podcasting guy, and I'm into doing voiceovers and all that. But my heart is still into the rock, Yeah. And I was telling you last night, I had interviewed a couple rock star drummers, the PC brothers, and I just love music. And Andrew Castellano, the CEO of Shark Creative and Fairfield County Talk Radio, he asked me if I would be interested in hosting this event And immediately when he told me it was, called Rock at the Y, and he showed me the logo, and he said Terrapin's going to be there, I said, dude, that is all me. So I am thrilled to be here and thrilled to have you on as our guest. And you are basically, the top dog here at the Y. So as the boss and the guy that's delegating, tell me, who's working for you today, how this is going to work, because, we're here early. Again, as I said, we're sound checking, and just what's the drill that you've told your staff?
Yeah, we've got the drill. And there's been about 25 people on a committee that's been working together over the past 6 months to put this on. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, and we've never done one of these, so some of it's like kind of making up stuff up even day of, Okay, what about this? What about that?
Fake it till you make it.
Right, but we wanted to be safe. We wanted it to be outdoors. We've been blessed with great weather tonight.
I like your tie-dye clothing.
We did all the tie-dye shirts
with the
for
Y
volunteer,
logo.
Y logo. The whole thing's happening. And so we had a large group of people involved in setting this up, and some people had some experience in concert, and then we have to hire Terrapin, and we hire the stage crew and everybody else. So because we want to put on a quality event, we expect about 250 people here tonight.
I like the stage. When I drove in and I saw, Joe Logano here is our engineer, promo guy for this event, and he was all set up with the shark tent. And by the way, we're going to get that shark. What is it? The inflatable. The inflatable. It's just, he's working on that right now. But we wanted to get you on the air first. But I was impressed with the stage. Is my point. And I like how you have the tables. And we have a beautiful day here. I mean, what a beautiful weekend, right?
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So now, when the people come in, are they all in that one area? Where would the VIP area?
Yeah, right. VIP area is right around, right over here behind us.
Now, how's it work with alcohol? I mean, is that permitted?
It is. Mm-hmm. We have a license for that tonight. It's got to be served to you, or people will be able to bring things in. So we're not checking bags. Put it that way.
Right. Yeah, because some of the venues, what they'll do is they'll say, and this is not to say that you're doing this, but they'll give you some ideas. And, some venues say, hey, no alcohol permitted, but we're not going to check your coolers as long as you're not trashing the place, that type of thing.
Yeah, we have sponsors.
As long as you're responsible.
Yeah, we have sponsors here. We have a craft beer. We have a gin mixed drink. And
what craft beer do you have?
I'm not a beer drinker, so
okay.
Sono Brewery, they're here, so they're doing some, and it's free.
Right.
So,
it's free. It's part of the ticket.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
That's a good deal, actually. There goes that extra $25.
Yeah.
Goes towards the beer.
Yeah, you got it. So we didn't have to pay any of that, and so sponsors, again, they really stepped up and are helping us out.
So, in the last couple minutes of our interview here, Bob, I just want to ask you, like, going forward, before we go into 2022, the weather's still sort of warm. Do you have any other events on the horizon, or is this pretty much it?
This will be it. Yeah, Matt, this is it for this year. And then as we roll into next year, it is the 50th anniversary year.
Oh,
so
wow.
There's going to be a monthly activity leading up to a 50th anniversary event in November.
When is the anniversary?
Next year.
Next year,
2022.
What month, or just January?
Just
the whole year.
The whole year.
Oh, so you could really highlight that.
So.
Now, whose idea was it to call this Rock at the Y and do this really cool logo?
That's top secret, man.
Yeah, you're not going to give away the secrets, huh?
Yeah, it's a
smart
committee.
man.
committee. There's a group of people, and you start tossing some stuff out, and you put it up there, and here it is, Rocking at the Y.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool, as I said, that you're doing a concert here. It's your very first one that you're doing outside like this, right?
It is, yeah.
Now, did you have to rent the stage?
Yeah. There's a group that we, Terrapin, and they got a manager, and then somebody knows somebody, and they do business with, and all of a sudden it's here. So
not to
deal.
backtrack, but what if the weather was lousy? What would you have
Tomorrow
done?
Night.
Yeah,
Rain
would it
date.
just been the next night?
Rain
Okay,
date.
very smart.
Yeah.
That's kind of the drill for most outdoor concerts, which is a challenge in these times. But if you had done it inside, my gut tells me you wouldn't have sold as many tickets.
That's correct.
So by taking that risk, I think you won. And you won big, because you're talking a lot of money at stake here because of the generous people that have donated, and not only that, but you picked a great band that has a big following. I mean, the Grateful Dead has a huge catalog of music, And the Dead music lives on to this day. I mean, there's still Deadheads everywhere. And there's executives that are Deadheads out there that have money. You know what I mean?
Right. And you'll see a couple of them in here in the VIP section. You know, people who are, I'm meeting some people right now of our major sponsors and going, they got the tie-dye, they got something going, they know some music, and I'm impressed.
It's funny because I've been getting into tribute bands a lot during the pandemic, and I think a lot of people have because, you know, some of the bigger acts haven't been playing, and they just can't afford to hire the bigger acts, especially with scenarios with rain dates and so forth, or they just can't afford them in general. And so the price of, as I said earlier, the price has gone up for tribute bands because tribute bands in the past used to be like $20 tops. $15. Now you're talking most tribute bands get a minimum of like $45, or 40 to 50 easily. Yeah. So I think you're on track with the idea, and I think that you're going to have to reevaluate where the pandemic goes when the weather gets warmer again. But I would say if I could give you any reassurance that I think right now being outdoors is the way to go. So great job, Bob McDowell, CEO here at Riverbrook Regional YMCA in Wilton. Any last words before we let you go? I mean, what are you going to be doing after you get off the air? Are you going to be kind of overseeing? Are you going to have a little fun tonight or what?
The committee and the staff, they said, go have fun.
Nice.
Go have fun, and they're here to work it. And I'll be, kind of meeting people. Like I mentioned, already met a couple people at, love the Y, too. They love the Y. They're here. They're going to want to know more about the Y, how we're doing, and they're very supportive. We're still relevant in this community, and that's where we want to go with this, too.
Yeah, one last thing before we wrap it. So while people are listening to this, what would you like them to know? Obviously they're not here by the time they might hear this. What would you say to them about, if they're interested in, they're not even from Wilton, they're from out of town. I remember my wife had my daughter or son coming here for some swim lessons or something. Yeah. What would you say to those people that don't really know that the Y is accessible from being out of town, out of Wilton?
Absolutely, yeah. We're accessible, and we're really blessed with a lot of great YMCAs in Fairfield County. Darien has a great Y, New Canaan has a great Y, Westport has a great Y, we have a great Y, Stanford has a great Y, Greenwich. There's a number of Ys, but Ys provide absolute great programs in these communities for many, many years. It's a brand, but it's more than a brand. It's people, it's local, and that's what you get. And, we're supported by volunteers and contributions and membership fees and all of those kind of things. So support your local Y is what I'll say.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And not to drag this on, but I do have to mention the Norwalk Y closed a number of years ago. Yeah. And what was the reason for that? Was there just not enough support?
Yeah, there wasn't enough support, and I'm glad you asked that, Matt, because we're the one local Y that was contiguous with Norwalk that stepped in, and we managed it for about a year, and then our two organizations merged, and the Wilton Y became the surviving agency, and then we changed the name to the Riverbrook Regional Y, and we are building another YMCA in South Norwalk right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
That we're a part of a partnership with the city of Norwalk.
That's huge.
A 20,000 square foot facility. Now, it's not going to be a gym and swim. Mm-hmm. All right, there's not going to be a pool. There's not going to be a gym.
Right.
It's going to be community kitchen. It's going to be a STEM room. It's going to be a teen center.
Basketball
and it's
courts?
in the heart of Norwalk. There's a basketball court outside.
Uh-huh.
I mean, multi-purpose space. We're working with the Housing Authority and AmeriCares.
That's
that
awesome.
Community needs our support.
Definitely.
And stop down to South Norwalk, man. You can eat there. You can take the train down into the city. You can live there now.
Norwalk needs that so much because Norwalk is really growing because it's one of the few affordable cities left. Right. A lot of people from Westchester are still looking to move to Norwalk. Yeah, so it's almost getting a little overcrowded. Yeah. So the kids need it more than ever.
Kids need it, and that's right. That community, that South Norwalk community, is excited about having the Y reopen and reemerge in there for vital services. So, and partnering with other agencies.
We are rocking at the Y, and again, thanks Bob McDowell, the CEO here in Wilton. It was so cool to talk to you. This was a lot of fun, and I'm going to give you the COVID handshake, even though I know you've been vaccinated, and so have I.
Yes.
But any favorite Grateful Dead songs that you have?
I'm not a big Deadhead, but I'll get.
Shakedown Street.
You got it. I like it.
Good Lovin'.
When I hear it, I'll be like, yeah, I know that one. You know, I'm more of a Beatles fan. I'm going to Wallingford on February 27th. It was supposed to be the 10th for a White Album. You talk about the.
That's
cover,
okay. I'm
cover
not
band.
really a Deadhead either, but like I said, you just can't not like the Dead. You know what I mean? So it's just become a culture.
It has.
So,
It has,
best to Terrapin. We're going to talk to them.
Great.
We're going to talk to some of your other staff. I'm going to let you go, and we'll be back on Fairfield County Talk Radio right after this.